Assalamualaikum viewers. Welcome to Siyasat English News. I am Eman Omar. During the current academic year, computer labs and digital classes will be set up in 5,000 government schools in Telangana, which has been approved by the central government. The officials of the Education Department in Telangana are taking steps to digitalize education in government schools. Steps are being taken to set up computer labs in 2,000 and digitalized classrooms in 3,000 government schools. For this project, the central government will fund 60% of the cost, while the state government will bear the remaining 40%. A budget of 100 crore rupees has been allocated for computer labs and 70 crore rupees for digital classrooms under the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan project. This fund will be spent during the current academic year. Telangana government on Thursday issued an order sanctioning 7.6 crore rupees for all 76 scheduled caste families in Vasalamari village of Bhongi district towards maiden contribution for the implementation of Dalit Bandhu scheme in the state. The government order issued by the Scheduled Caste Development Department permitted Telangana Scheduled Caste Cooperative Development Corporation to release 7.6 crore rupees to the district collector for implementation of the program for the benefit of around 76 Dalit households in Vasalamari Gram Panchayat of Alair Assembly constituency. This order comes after Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao visited the village, which he had earlier adopted, and said that the scheme's launch in Huzurabad is merely a formality. The state cabinet had earlier decided to implement the scheme on a pilot basis in Huzurabad from 16th of August after an awareness meeting was conducted with the representatives of the Paul Mount constituency on 26th of July. The Supreme Court has pronounced a decision in favor of the Telangana State Waqf Board after hearing the case regarding the Mir Rahmat Ali Shah graveyard land adjacent to the Take Masjid in Nampalli. The Apex Court has directed the occupants to vacate the land and hand over the property to the Telangana State Waqf Board within 3 months. According to the Waqf Board President Mohammad Salim, the Supreme Court bench comprising of Justice Hemant Gupta and A.S. Bopanna has delivered the judgment. The President of the Waqf Board said that the court had ordered the occupant Muhammad Muzaffar to immediately hand over the property to Telangana State Waqf Board. He added that Ejaz Maqbool was the counsel for the board in the Supreme Court. Mohammad Salim further said that every case of the board in the court of law is being seriously overseen. He said strong steps are being taken for the protection of the Waqf properties. Telangana Rashtriya Samiti Working President K. Tarak Rama Rao has said that the TRS party is a family of 60 lakhs people. He said that the party will take the responsibilities of family members of the TRS workers who faced accidental deaths. He added that the Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao will act as the head of the deceased families and every family member will be taken care of. KTR distributed checks of 2 lakh rupees each as insurance amount to the family members of 80 party workers who died in different incidents at the party headquarters in Telangana Bhavan. The minister said that the children will be admitted to the Telangana minority residential schools and pensions will soon be started for the eligible persons. He assured the family members that the party will solve their problems in the next 15 days. Political strategist Prashant Kishore on Thursday tendered his resignation from the post of principal advisor to Punjab Chief Minister Captain Amarinder Singh ahead of the 2022 Assembly elections. In his resignation letter, Kishore stated that as he has decided to take a temporary break from an active role in public life, he will not be able to discharge his duties as a principal advisor to the Punjab Chief Minister. In March this year, Punjab Chief Minister Captain Amarinder Singh had appointed Prashant Kishore as his principal advisor ahead of the 2022 Assembly polls in the state. Kerala on Thursday reported 22,040 fresh coronavirus cases and 117 deaths, taking the total infection count to 34.93 lakh and the death toll to 17,328. As many as 20,046 people have been cured of the infection since Wednesday, taking the total recoveries to 32,97,834. The number of active cases stood at 1,77,924, a state government release have said. India's men hockey team defeated Germany 5-4 to clinch the bronze medal at the Tokyo Olympics, their first ever medal at the Games since 1980 and 12th overall. India, an 8-time Olympic hockey champion, have thus secured their third ever bronze medal at the marquee event. On the other hand, Ravi Kumar Dahiya is being celebrated all around India after he bagged the silver medal in the men's freestyle wrestling at the Tokyo Olympics. That's it for today. Thank you, viewers.